this is Tony and welcome to another review on views from the man cave. Today I'm going to take a very quick look at a pair of gloves from Dutch motorcycle clothing manufacturer Rev'it. Those of you that ride bikes will know Rev'it, know the Rev'it name. They run everything from full race leathers for MotoGP riders. They do a lot of textile adventure type equipment, but have also got an urban range which is got a casual style clothing but with motorcycle protection, Kevlar jeans and boots and leather jackets and bits and pieces. So what I picked up a little while ago, I was looking for a new pair of gloves and I picked up a set of the Rev'it Abbey Road gloves here, which are in this colour, which I'd describe as beige. I'm not entirely sure what they factory call them, but they're a nice pair of lambskin gloves. I wanted something soft. I'd been riding with previously a pair of the black RST sort of gauntlet gloves, which were a sort of cheap pair I bought for when riding when it's a little bit colder. I've also had a pair of Spada gloves, which are not leather, they're a kind of man-made fabric. They have got knuckle protectors in them and they are perforated. So I wanted something a little bit nicer. What I was finding was that the black dye was coming out of these when I got hot and sweaty. So I picked up a pair of these, I think roughly £69, and I've been very impressed with them. I've got in the RST a medium size hand, and the medium for these initially when I put them on was snug, but they've broken in quite nicely and are now a very nice fit. Very well constructed gloves, very minimal branding. There's just a little bit of Rev'it stitching on there. If I focus the camera, you can see just a little bit of Rev'it stitching on there. Nicely fits, a little bit of padding on the front there. One of the features that I like is these bits on the end here, little silver patches, which enable you to use your smartphone without taking your gloves off, which has been quite handy. So if you stop by the side of the road and there's a phone call you want to take pretty quickly, bang, you can do that. Or if you're using a smartphone as your sat nav or something on the bike, you can access them with that. So that's a really nice touch, quite subtle, but works very well. It's just got a Velcro fastening in here, which it can be a little bit snug to get your hand into that opening, but it does give a nice secure feeling around the wrist, and it comes up quite a nice length. So it's not really high, but it's enough that it covers that wrist joint, and also means that it doesn't kind of interfere. The Spada ones, which have got a shorter, more flared cuff, I found tend to come untucked from your jacket, and then you've got that kind of clash and a bit of a gap. This is a nice smooth fit, although if you're wearing a chunky watch, something like a G-Shock, it can be quite difficult to do that up over the watch itself. But they fit in nicely. You've got that nice Velcro strap. One thing again, if you're struggling to put it on, if you're putting, as I did when I first bought them, you put them on, stopped to put some petrol, took my gloves off, popped that little piece out of there. If you've got both gloves on, that can be quite tricky to push back through there to get tightened up. But other than that, really nice gloves. Are starting to take on a nice piece of patina. I wear a Barber wax cotton jacket occasionally on the bike, and it's picking up the wax from that, but it's giving it a nice aged look. I guess the one thing I'll say about these is I think they're probably better suited to spring and autumn riding. They are shown in the Rev'it catalogue as being an urban scooter glove. There is no protection in them other than a couple of little bits, a little bit on the cuff, a little bit on the outside of the finger where the leather is doubled up. But a very comfortable glove. They're breaking in very nicely. The only thing is when the weather gets hot, so if you're in the mid-20s and up, which I suppose doesn't happen that often here in the UK, they can get a little bit warm because there's no perforation on them. So that's something that you have to watch out for. So all in all, for the price of £69, give or take, it depends on where you can get them from, a very nice comfortable glove. As I said, they can get a little bit hot when the weather's warm. And one thing I've noticed that I don't get, the problem with the RST ones it had was when my hands would sweat, the black dye would come out, and I'd have black hands. These don't do that, with the exception of whatever they've used for the stitching. I tend up with like a yellow mark if my fingers get hot and sweaty. I guess that will stop. I've only been wearing them for a month or so, but that will stop as they get a bit more worn in. But I've turned up somewhere and taken my gloves off and it looks like I'm a really heavy smoker because I've got yellow marks down the inside of my finger. That's the only drawback. Other than that, fantastic build quality, very comfortable, really nice glove at the price, I think. Yeah, if you like them, go and check out your nearest Rev'it dealer and try them on. And thanks for that. There's been a little bit of a gap in some of these since I did the last lot of reviews. That'll pick up again a little bit more now. I've also got a new camera, so I'm not using the GoPro anymore because I think that didn't quite work for this. I don't know what the sound is going to be like on this until I play it back, so it could be good, could be bad. And apologies if I'm going in and out of focus. I haven't quite worked out how to work the autofocus on this yet. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it. There'll be more videos coming up. And until the next time, see you later.